call myself a poet. And then I called myself a poet activist. And then there was the Code Pink House. And that changed the whole world. And now I'm an activist poet. Because there is this hub, this center of the world that is a home for me. And I have never known friendship and camaraderie the way I have at the Code Pink House.
Yay!
And I have decided to use my activism. These are kind of rallying cries to poets. I know that art can change the world, and this is my attempt to motivate poets. This first one is called Walking the Talk, and I will probably go immediately right into the other one. Yeah, I'm that poet. I'm that pink-clad, steaming, mad, bush-bashing, Congress-pushing, loudmouth, getting arrested, towing up to the lines, paying the fines, anti-war activist poet, and I'm tired. My feet hurt for days before and after every march. My voice is raspy and harsh from calling out in exasperation. My head aches from digesting legislation. My ears hurt from the assault of the drumbeats of war in every newscast, every speech. My body is creaking and popping from carrying the baggage of messages and pleas. And my heart aches because this is a fucking war. And there should be more of you, of me. More voices calling out for truth, justice, and unity. I challenge Congress to do the right thing every day. I set the bar high and run the race. So I challenge you to do something. Be the change. Because you have the words and the audience. I'm calling on your conscience to defend free speech. Step up. You won't be alone. Step out of your comfort zone. They're highly overrated. They shut us off from what shouldn't be tolerated. When the continuation of this war makes you itch, please don't just sit at your keyboard and bitch. From your computer chair, everything is happening over there. I enjoy the words you write. When I have the time, they connect me to the light. And I believe you do have something powerful to say. And that if you want to keep saying it, it's time for you to consider the price that the activists pay. There is no rhyme or rhythm that defers the costs or the rewards of walking the talk.
Oh.
I have one more piece for you, it's called Wish List, but it's better known as a Poet's Uprising. I want to have a Poet's Uprising on the White House lawn. I want to have heartfelt, sometimes tearful talks with people that care about human rights issues. I mourn for America still. I want to listen to people who don't think world peace is a radical idea. I want to learn how to return this country to the roots of respectability. I want Dick, George, and Donald to face their butcher's bill. I want to march in the streets of D.C. and raise my voice with others putting out the call. I want to stomp my feet demanding peace and have the vibration soak into the soil of the National Mall. I want to stop bitching about the mainstream media and lead others to abandon it, replace it with truth, render its sales techniques obsolete because my red, white, and blue freedom-loving all-American soul is not part of any marketable demographic. I defy definition, and I want to combat the popular opinion that any grassroots movement in America is either quaint or run by a bunch of hippies. I want to help my people realize that global catastrophe in whatever form it takes, pandemic illness, nuclear winter, global warming, or massive meteorite strike, which, to be honest, would be my personal choice for its brainless and blameless instantaneous decimation of life. But none can be considered quaint, nor do you have to be high to see that it's high time we did something about the 3 preventable possibilities of this Earth's demise. I want all the votes to count. I want our senators and representatives to take a walk up the hill and act on behalf of the people. I want our justices to take the bench and uphold the rule of law. And I want every single American who has taken an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States to actually do so. I'd settle right now for rhyme making a way for reason. And there's probably a contingent out there that would accuse me of treason, but I want to have a Poet's Uprising on the White House lawn. I want peace poets, past their anger, to infuse the positive and reinforce reason with flowing prose like the winds of change. I want academic poets to remind us of the past and the dangers of repetition, repetition prevented by recognition that reactionary legislation is often deranged. A poet's uprising on the White House lawn. I want hip-hop wordsmiths to spit phrases crying out against all isms, resurrecting the resistance that faced fire hoses. I want slam poets hurling free verse solid like anarchist bricks through Starbucks windows. I want sonnets flung like service medals from the hands of veterans trying to spare the soldiers of tomorrow. Poets uprising on the White House lawn. I want rapid-fire couplets filled with apple pie anguish and tortured triplets soaked in yellow ribbon tears. I want silky quatrains whispering how we can change this and gritty limericks like sand in the war machine's gears. I want a haiku that can restore democracy in 17 syllables. I want a poets uprising on the White House lawn. I want the poets who refuse Laura Bush's invitation to read as an act of demonstration, something they've written in the last 6 years. A poets uprising on the White House lawn. Stanzas excising spin from law. A poets uprising, freedom of speech without fear. A poets uprising, because truth and poetry belong in the people's ears. And don't forget to dig deep tonight. This is for the friends at Vfpli.